for the final race of the 2012 Athlete Octane Old Pueblo Criterium. My name is Chad Andrews, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, our first call-up. We'd like to recognize one of the most talented up-and-comers in the professional peloton. He races for Champion Systems, presented to you by Stan's No Tubes. Put your hands together for Gabby Epstein. Our next call-up, former winner of the Tour, didn't know you were going to get that one, did you? Former winner of the Tour de Boost, ladies and gentlemen, racing for Optum, Kelly Benefit Strategies, probably one of the most animated bike racers out there. Please put your hands together for Scott Zwazanski. Our next call-up, he won the rocking the beard, Scott, nice. Our next call-up, he won the Masters race, racing for Care for Cycling out of Tucson, Arizona, Jamie Carney. The team captain for Wonderful Pistachios. He was first at the Dana Point Grand Prix. Please put your hands.
How's it going, Jamie? How do you feel right now? I mean, you're about to blast off for an hour or so. Is that how long this thing is?
75 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Well, it's good that you know. 75 minutes. Do you wish you knew, or you know, maybe it's an hour?
Oh, I don't like timed events. Tell me how many laps I have to go, and I'm good. When it's timed event, it's just you're going to be in pain for an hour and 15 minutes.
Where do you reside?
Here, in Tucson.
Right here in Tucson. Fantastic. Local boy. All right. I love the hair, man. I'm trying to get there myself. But it's not about me.
I got 11 months of hair growth going.
11 months. Yeah, we work so hard, don't we? If you were any one bicycle component, which one would you be and why?
I'd be Shimano.
No, that's a name brand. Give me a component and why.
A component? Oh, I'd be the chain, because without me, you're not going anywhere.
I love it. Good luck today.
I won't say it.
Don't do it, Rasan. We're here with Rasan Bahati, downtown Tucson. Rasan, how you feeling?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure how I feel. So I just can't wait to get the race going.
Always look for an interesting answer from this guy. I'm going to come back and talk to you live and on the internet as well as with the folks here in a second, because you're fun. But watch your tongue. Why do you look familiar? What are you famous for?
I got on the podium in Vegas a couple of years ago at the USA Crit Series Finals.
That must be it.
Yeah.
I like the attitude. How do you feel right now?
Feeling good. Feeling positive for the race. You know, got in last night from New York. Excited.
Where are you going to place?
Top 5.
Top 5. I like it. How about first? And then we can go back to this and say I had something to do with it.
All right. First place.
Fantastic. You're not going to tweet or Twitter while you're out there, right?
I don't think so. I don't have it on my Garmin here.
Soon. Very soon.
Yeah, soon.
Good luck.
Thank you.
He and Alex and Yosfani lapped the field at Delray last week.
Mr. Clark, congratulations. Pole position. How are you going to place today?
I don't know. Hopefully I'll do well.
Hopefully I'll do well. That's what we like to hear. Tell me, where do you reside?
In Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta. How's Tucson different?
It's dry.
It's dry. Stop with the one-word answers now. It's just 55 million potential listeners out there.
All right.
If you could bring any one thing with you from home, what would it be and why?
Water.
Because it's dry?
Yeah.
You got a one-track mind.
Or something.
Oh, I see what you're saying. We have lakes here.
All right. Show them to me.
Right. You probably won't see them today. What's next for you? Winning.
Yeah.
I love it. Good luck.
Gentlemen, could you come to the line, please? Timers, are we ready?
Hold on.
Officials, have we done all the perfunctory, get it out of the way stuff? We're all good with that. Hey, Tucson, this is it. Last chance. Are you ready? Wait a minute. All these guys know it. Tucson, you got to give me a little bit more love than that. Are you ready? Racers ready. Get out of here. They are out on the race course. The 2012 USA Crits stop number 2. Athlete Octane race here in Tucson, Arizona. I venture to say that this is going to be
Chad, I was worried that you were going to get run over when they started the race. You were getting so excited.
But you know, the funny thing is, I loathe to say this, but in my 11 years of doing this, I have come awfully close but never have I been pinged yet.
Hey, you know what they say? A miss is as good as a mile.
That's right. Well, I tell you what, there's one time that it was, I had to have the official pull me because I was so I think it was in Athens Twilight. And it was crazy. So watch this. It will be single file straight out of the gut. It'll be nasty. It'll be fast. It'll be hairy. It'll be suspenseful. It'll be, I don't know. You come up with some other euphemisms.
Well, I think it's going to be a scintillating first lap.
Scintillating. I like it. Where did you get that coffee? That smells good.
We can split that.
Oh, yeah. There we go. All
This
right,
is
so here
it,
they come
folks.
in.
Absolutely. This is lap 1 here, downtown Tucson. You're watching us on ICTV, I hope. Look at this single file. This is a bike race.
Looks like Kenda Pro Cycling 5-Hour Energy was on there. Was that Pat Lemieux on the front? I couldn't see when they went by.
It was, in fact, rider number 41. That's Patrick Lemieux of Kenda 3-Hour Energy Pro Cycling Team. He is one of the top professional riders in the race. Lemieux on the front on the opening lap has fired the first salvo.
Big dude, big fast bike racer. Let me give you guys some insight who I think is going to be the main protagonist today. And yes, that word, I looked it up before I came here. Here are the teams. Kenda 5-Hour Energy, Optum, Kelly Benefit Strategies, Mountain Khakis. Those are the teams that I think are going to be the ones that are going to be the... And don't forget about CRCA Foundation. They're also a USA Crits team that travels around the country to all of our USA Crits. And, of course, Wonderful Pistachios. I think I'd lump all 5 of those guys in there and call it a push.
I'll tell you, there are some pretty impressive names on our start list today.
Got McCabe off the front, and it's a swarm of bees back there.
Folks,
trying to
over
chase
my
him
right
down.
shoulder, this
McCabe,
is it. This
watch how he
fuse has
sets
been
up
lit.
on
I
the
said it
left-hand
before.
turn, swings
The
way
old
left.
Pueblo
He's
Grand
gonna drop
Prix. I
that
wish
right
you
and
could
be
be
in.
here. But
And
chances
lucky
are,
these guys
if you're
will
watching
get
us on ICTV, you're a big cycling fan, and you know what it's like to be at these races. If you can't be here, tune in. Get your friends involved. Inside Cycling TV is a groundswell. We need you to tweet it out, to let your friends know. Get on Facebook. Get the word out. And you can watch this type of turn-by-turn coverage of all the Criterium races here in the United States. You've got to cut your teeth on races like this to make it to the Giro in Italy, to the Tour de France. And I'll tell you what, this kind of coverage, we're YouTubers. It's a groundswell, but we need your help. And I'll tell you what, we're going to give you some swag. The next person who logs on a friend, let us know right in the box, chat to us, and you're going to get a bunch of WID6 swag. Our friends at WID6.com, a word that means nothing, a lot like Google, but the company is awesome. WID6, trucker hat, t-shirt, and some stickers. Go ahead and get a friend, get them twittering, Facebook me, man.
Plan is correct. So if McCabe has any teammates on the front of the main field, clearly they're not going to do anything about it. They're not going to chase.
I expect to see the green and white all over the front right here, but of course it's not. We've got Kenda Pro Cycling 5-Hour Energy. They are having to do the yeoman's work to try to bring this back. Max Corus, of course, from Kenda Pro Cycling 5-Hour Energy, he has decided he's going to have to set up the chase now. Tom, here's my perception of what they're doing. They're sitting and baking. The peloton or the chasing group is setting up a fast enough pace so that McCabe doesn't get too far, but they don't want to bring him back too fast, because if you do in this professional cycling, what ends up happening?
Oh, exactly. You want the guy to just sit off the front and cook for a while. So they're going to keep him within sight. These guys have seen what have happened in the races so far today. They understand the wind conditions, so they're just going to let him go off the front, maybe give him 10 seconds, and let him cook.
And what happens, too, that's a great point, Tom. If McCabe is caught, there is pandemonium, because there will be counterattacks upon counterattacks. So right now, it's somewhat settled down as McCabe has got himself about, let's call it 7 seconds. 7 seconds. The guy looks sparkling on a bicycle, that is for sure. And here they come right now, and of course right now it's Wonderful Pistachios. They're trying to bridge across. That is none other than Sterling Magnell, earning that call up earlier today. So Magnell is trying to bring it back right now.
Now, there's already been some type of mishap on the course, and the reason why I can say that is I've seen 2 riders come out of the free lap area already, so I'm not sure what happened on the backside of the course, but I think at least 2 riders must have gone off the course because they availed themselves of the pit area over here, and they were rejoining the race before turn number 1. And it's not easy to jump back in a race when it's this animated, when it's this fast.
Yep. Hey, where are my Optum folks? I know that we've got some VIPs in the area. Hey, guys, this next Preem is compliments of you guys. Thank you very much. $100 Preem, compliments of the Optum folks.
$100 cash.
How do you make a bike race fast?
You ring a bell and say $100 cash to the winner of the next lap.
$100 Preem on the next lap. Cash is king here. Look at McCabe. Is he going to give it? Give this guy a little bit of love and ring those Optum cowbells. Thanks to Athlete Octane for being our title sponsor. Hey, how about $100 cash? $100 Preem, $100 Preem, $100 Preem, $100 Preem, $100 Preem. Now, look at on the left-hand side. It looks like the guys from Kenda have decided they've had enough. $100 Preem, $100 Preem, $100 Preem. $100 Preem on the next lap. $100 cash Preem, compliments of Optum. $100 Preem on the next lap for the winner of the next lap. That's a Preem, $100.
James Stemper from Kenda 5 Hour Energy was serious about trying to bring back that one rider off the front. So he's going to try to set up one of the 5 Hour Energy riders for this $100 cash Preem by bringing this rider off he's going to bring this rider back to the main field. It's probably going to happen on the backside of the course if it happens at all. And then once it happens, the counterattacks are going to go, and 1 or 2 riders are going to try to get off the front and bag this cash Preem. We'll see the outcome out of turn number 4 now. Our lead motorcycle is out of turn number 4. The flags are in the air. 1 rider still dangling off the front. He looks over his shoulder, and I think he's going to grab it. Yep. Yeah, there's no question about it. He's going to survive to take this cash Preem.
But I think he's done after this because I think they've had enough of his shenanigans and they're going to drive it back. And right now it does look like Kenda 5 Hour Pro Cycling, $100 to Trek Landis. Ba-bang, ba-boom, ba-bang. Boom, bang.
Travis McCabe, way to go.
And it looks like 21, his McCabe's teammate looked like he was going after that Preem, but his teammate actually got the money.
Yeah, it was Don Collin who was on the front for Landis Track. He was on the front of the main field, rather.
All right, folks, once again, we want to thank Athlete Octane, the 2012 title sponsor of our race today. And Tom, I guess we got some other great people that we need to talk about that are a big aspect of our race today.
Well, we're pleased to have Don Bourne, who's a cyclist himself. Don Bourne owns the Bourne Companies, the real estate guys who are helping us they're helping to support the Athlete Octane Old Pueblo Grand Prix. Michelob Ultra is also one of our sponsors, along with the Animal Health Hospital PC. So thanks to them for joining us today and bringing world-class racing to the streets of Tucson, the winter training capital.
Yeah. Right now we've got a couple riders that have gone into the pit. Now they're exiting the pit. And it's all back together again. Watch a counter move happen. Not in the tailwind section. Yep, bang. There goes the counter move. We called it. We saw it. And it looks like Kenda 5 Hour Energy is now on the attack. Up the home straight it is. So it looks like Lemieux is on the attack. Rider number 41. So the guys from Kenda, like we called it, like you said it, Tom, like we've been talking about all the time, these guys are going to be the ones. So Pat Lemieux, again, is on the attack, and he's causing internal strife to a couple riders that are sitting on the back.
Now, the rider who launched that attack off the front, was that number 41, Patrick Lemieux?
I thought it was, but then again, I might have been wrong. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yes, it absolutely was. Kenda 5 Hour Energy Pro Cycling Team rider Patrick Lemieux, number 41. He has been active at the front of this race so far today. Now, I'll tell you one thing. If there's a team that you have to identify as the most aggressive team so far, I think those 5 Hour Energy guys, I think they dropped like 4 bottles of the stuff before the race.
Yeah, they're always... guys are hopped up, you know, they've given me a year's worth of that stuff, and it's just amazing how much it works. If I start popping the 5 Hour Energies, man, I'm going to be pinging around here like a ping pong ball. It's going to be But right now, it looks like we've got Stemper's been yanked back. And it looks like the guys from Wonderful Pistachios did that work, but you can see the new jerseys of the Wonderful Pistachio, the new jerseys of the Kenda 5-Hour Energy. And look, it is an absolute feast or famine on the front of this, as these guys are now starting to wail on each other. And Hagen's Bourbon, that's rider number 24, that's Steve Fisher. Hagen's Bourbon, they are out of the great Northwest. They've come down here to tangle with the guys from the Southwest and the National Criterium races, Tom.
Man, Steve Fisher, number 24, the guy from Hagen's Bergman Cycling, had to have been leading what was one of the fastest laps so far in this race. Those riders went into turn number 1 probably on the high side of 25 miles an hour turning into the turn, which means they were well over 30 miles an hour flat out on the straights. The winds have died down.
And I'm here with
Chuck Grotehouse.
Chuck. What are you famous for?
Famous for representing the Optum Health Pro Cycling team.
So you've got a pro cycling team here today. How are they doing?
Well, the Leah Kirchman on the women's team took first in the women's crit, so we're pretty excited about that.
Awesome. Congratulations. What is Optum all about?
Optum's a health services company. We do health coaching and all kinds of programs for large employers all over the U.S. 30,000 employees, and yeah, it's a great company.
Fantastic. What's your position there?
I'm in corporate communications with the company.
You're that guy.
I'm that guy. I'm the guy they call.
So you're probably real good at this microphone thing. Maybe I should just hand it to you and let you run the show.
No, I think you've got it handled.
Yeah, okay, I believe you.
Thank you.
So a free T-shirt, and what else do you get out of the race? What do you hope to get?
You know, we're a good partner with Tucson Medical Center locally. So one of the things, that's one of the reasons why we're here, and certainly sponsoring the Old Pueblo race. And then we have some other news coming up later this week that'll be kind of exciting. So adding some jobs in Tucson.
Ah, I get the exclusive, yes?
I don't know how exclusive it is, but.
Okay, well, you'll write it on a cocktail napkin, since we are in the beer tent, folks. Hey, back to the race, back to the course. Thanks so much for being here, and thanks for supporting the sport.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Let your friends know. ICTV, InsideCycling.tv. That's how you get in. That's how you get involved. And back to the course. Thanks, Kevin.
$100 cash premium, compliments of Athlete Octane and Tucson Electric Power. $100 premium, $100 premium. So now, ladies, just as an FYI, we will be doing your podium straight after this race. And we'll also get to the 2-3 straight after this race. We want to give you guys all appropriate time. But
those Kenda 5-Hour Energy guys were all over the front of the race last time through. There were at least 2 of them. There might have been 3 of them lined up on the front of the race. So they're trying to consolidate a strategy that will control the outcome of the race by positioning their riders among the top 10 riders. They'll control the pace. They'll try to.
We've got a crash in turn 2. We've got a crash in turn 2.
And mostly, they're going to try to get those points. Man, I'll tell you what. Just an incredible show in downtown Tucson.
We've got a crash in turn 2. We've got a crash in turn 2. And guess what? I see everybody trying to figure this out. InsideCycling.tv, that's how you see turn by turn.
I thought Danny was foreshadowing there, because I was like, well, how do we, is ICTV one turn ahead of us already? It's like they're projecting, so evidently we had a snafu at turn number 1. The hay bales have been paying dividends down there. Hopefully you guys down there in turn number 1 are enjoying your view. We are going to do actually the 2-3 podium ASAP.
Guess who I got a hold of here, local Tucson? Bill. Bill, what are you famous for?
I'm famous for drinking a whole heck of a lot of this stuff in this beautiful race that's going on today, man. Athlete Octane.
And that's Athlete Octane. Bill's already lost his voice. How did you manage that, Bill?
Been screaming all day for all this great race that's been going on. This has been absolutely awesome. I mean, it's just a great day of race down here.
It is. It's nice. It's nice. Tell me about the product itself. I'm sure it's full of sugar and caffeine, and it's probably right up there with soda, yeah?
Actually, it's got none of those things. It's a completely natural product. There's no sugars. Look at those guys go. You know, 1 shot a day, every day. Get your vitamins, get your recovery in.
So it's good for you?
It's excellent for you.
I don't believe it. Can you drink that whole thing for me right now and prove it?
I'm gonna tell you right now, a shot a day, brother, as you well know.
All right, a shot a day, a shot a day. It's a little citrusy, yeah?
It is, absolutely. We want to give you just a really powerful punch. When you take this, it feels like you took something.
So we mix it with what?
Well, take a shot, keep it underneath your tongue for a minute. If you like to put in your orange juice, that's fine. A little vodka, that's good too.
Ah, that's what we're getting at, a little shot of vodka. Bill, I'll see you in the tent. Anything else you want to say about Athlete Octane? I hear that you guys really saved the day and you came in last minute and threw some money at the race. Is that the truth?
Listen, we did. I come from Tucson, Arizona. I love this city. I love the people that put the program on. It was our pleasure, and we're really proud to be here.
Well, thanks, Bill. Appreciate it very much. This is an incredible event, and now you need to tweet it out, get it out to the folks, Facebook it, InsideCycling.tv. We're preaching to the choir here, but you're not the choir. God bless.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, turn by turn. Chad?
Hey, guys, riders coming out of the pit. Riders coming out of the pit. Riders coming out of the pit. Thank you very much. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Riders coming in. We got 1 hour left.
Okay, so that was the result of that mishap that we had in either turn number 1 or turn number 2 that we were talking about from InsideCycling.tv, where those riders making their way out of the pit.
Did I not tell you that one of the riders was going to ask me how much time's left in the race? And sure enough, Scott Swazanski says, "How much time's left in the race?" I knew it.
Now, one of the sponsors of our events is Animal Health Hospitals, PC, and they're here in Tucson, Arizona. And I've got one of the guys here with me from Animal Health Hospitals right here.
Wow.
And he has a fist full of cash.
For you and I?
Well, it's not for you and I, it's for the riders. I tried that.
Oh.
I had your best interests at heart.
You didn't win the arm wrestling match.
Yeah, he didn't. He's bigger than me. So, first of all, tell me who you are and where you're from.
My name is Kip Metzger. I'm here in Tucson. I'm a longtime cyclist here, and I am one of the small sponsors, Animal Health Hospital, and I'm putting up 3 $100 preems that these guys get to pick when we're going to run them.
Holy mackerel, 3 $100 preems. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever raced a bicycle?
A few times.
A few times. Are you understating your level of experience?
Maybe a little bit.
I think so. So we're going to be giving away $300 cash to the riders from
Preems. Animal Health Hospital.
Animal Health Hospital. 3 $100 preems.
Thank you, Animal Health. What's that? I would like to go back to back to back on it.
Man, you know what? That's what I absolutely agree. 1, 2, 3, $100, $100, $100.
You want to talk about kicking a hornet's nest, Joe Carpasasi? That's kicking a hornet's nest right there, buddy.
From Animal Health Hospitals. Thank you very much, sir. That is awesome.
Hey, it's duly noted by our accountants here in Tucson. The accountants of Schlepper and Athlete Octane know that you now, Tom, possess $300 cash.
Well, for some reason, it's gone down to about $60 cash. I don't know how that happened.
All right, so can we do it now, officials? Can we tag team them back?
Hey, he told us it was up to us. This is between you and me.
That's right. I'm going to go back to back. You want to talk about kicking a man when he's down? This is the way we're going to do it right here, back to back. $100 preem on the next lap.
Ring the bell.
$100 preem, $100 preem, $100 preem, $100 preem. Compliments of
our friends from Animal Health Hospital. The man on the front the last time through there was Steve Fisher of the Hagens-Bergman cycling team.
$100. Thanks to the guys. You know that. I mean, look, the backdrop's beautiful. And I apologize. I want to apologize in advance that I'm going to be leaving here tomorrow morning and bringing you guys terrible weather. I did not think Tucson had bad weather, but evidently to you guys, tomorrow it'll be 50 degrees and sunny, and that's bad weather.
Well, I was going to ask you, what are these, like, gray things that are up in the sky here? What is that? Like, is that some kind of, I don't know. We don't see that in Tucson.
That's something that I drugged from the Carolinas, and that's my gift to you guys. Those are called clouds.
We don't allow those in Tucson.
When I stepped off the plane, I was like, am I like 3 miles closer to the equator? No, wait, it's a dry heat. That's what I keep telling myself every time I come out here.
Give me a thumbs
beautiful,
up.
Beautiful backdrop in the athlete. This
Give
is
me
for
a thumbs
$100.
up.
Well, guess what? $100 preem, $100 preem, $100 preem, $100 preem, $100 premium compliments of the Animal Society again, back-to-back. Jack, $100 premium, $100 premium.
Buy the coffee.
From Animal Health
I don't need
Hospitals, PC.
Hey, Steve Fisher picked that one up from Hagen's Berman. He got it, full lap. So, you may be saying to yourself, well, what are Chad and Tom and Danny D doing with these preems? What we're doing is that one of the promoters and the sponsors of the race came up to us and said, Chad, we want you and Tom to pick. I'm a big fan when there's nobody away and the race is still yet to be decided, maybe injecting and infusing a little bit of energy. Not that they haven't been racing hard and fast. That's not true. Preem on the next lap, Preem on the next lap, $100 Preem on the next lap. $100 Preem on the next lap. And that looks like that was Thomas Brown, Mountain Khaki Smart Stop professional bike racer. Thomas Brown picking up that Preem, and then he went into a tuck to dive into turn number 1. For those of you who are watching us.
Hey, Chad.
Yes, Danny.
We should start a tradition where we find a local coffee shop and we try to make them make it big by me ordering you something and you order me something over the air. What do you think?
You know what I got in Delray that I love that's perfect for race commentators? What is that, Danny? What do I like?
It was a tea of some kind.
Tea with what?
Chamomile tea.
Chamomile tea with?
Yeah, ice.
Honey.
Come on,
man.
Okay, sweetheart, but what do you want in it? Ba-dum-bum.
That's it. Chamomile tea with honey. That's it.
Peddler on the path. Folks, there's a tiny little espresso machine in this tiny little cart in the corner. Peddler on the path. Let's talk internet. Let's talk a chamomile tea for Chad. Back to you.
Thank you, Danny. Tom here and I live, and here they come. Rocketing down the home stretch. This is for another $100. Does somebody from Kenda 5-Hour Energy got it? Because it was Hagen's Bourbons on the first one. No, Hagen's Bourbons trying to go after it again. Here comes the sweep up the middle. Champion Systems, Gabby Epstein, 23. Getting that, and his teammate right behind him. Looks like they will kind of chomp on that right there. Gabrielle Epstein with the cash money. Pa-ching.
So our Preem winners for the Animal Health Hospital $300 Preem Series, $100 on each of 3 successive laps. We had Thomas Brown from Team Mountain Khakis, Gabriel Epstein from Champion Systems, and Steve Fisher of Hagen's Berman Cycling. Thank you to our friends at Animal Health Hospital PC. Thank you very much, guys and girls. That was awesome.
That was awesome. Hey, and also, you know, cyclists are inherently into social media big time. I mean, huge. So you can follow all the USA Crits by following @USA Crits. Mountain Khakis, they have their own Twitter handle. It's Team Mountain Khakis. Kenda Pro Cycling has their own Twitter handle. It's going to be Kenda Pro Cycling. Just Google Pro Cycling Twitter handles, and you can follow right along. If you're into tweeting, I am. Love it. I think it's a great way to get across the message. Matter of fact, hey, Danny D, or maybe Kevin, ICTV, I'm trying to remember the Twitter handle for you guys.
Hey, Chad.
It looked like that was Kevin Brandt from Kenda 5-Hour Energy stepping on the front of that bike race. And look at this, onesies and twosies. Like we said, we're going to start feeling the raft, Tom, as the speeds are starting to pick up and the riders are starting to pop.
Chad, cocktails. Hotel Congress, right after the men's pro race, Octane is going to mix the athlete Octane with a little vodka over at the Hotel Congress. Believe that?
Is that the after party, Hotel Congress?
I've got 3 drink coupons. One of them's got your name on it.
Coupons?
Coupon.
Coupons.
24
Hotel
minutes
Congress.
in the books right now.
How many minutes?
24 minutes down. Just going through 24 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock.
All right, so 24 minus 75, that is going to be 51 minutes left. Give or take a lap here or there.
Man, when you are riding full throttle on a 4-corner course like this and you throw in some wind, that is an absolute eternity.
And look at these guys, when they take turn number 4, they always go to the right-hand side of the course if they're coming down the home stretch. I think there might be some protection from the wind there, because then they'll eventually swing right and then come way left so they can set themselves up for that turn. Look at Oscar Clark is getting angry right now. United Healthcare.
Man, big, long, single-file line at the front, definitely indicating that the riders are punched in. One rider just kind of drifting off the back there, that's Brian Cornelius of O2 Modern Fitness. And he is under pressure right now to try to get back into contact with the main field.
Yeah, United Healthcare of Georgia, Oscar Clark. Oscar was like, okay, I lapped the field last week with Yosvani Falcone of Wonderful Pistachios and with Ben Zawacki of Mountain Cactus. And I talked to Oscar a day or so ago when we were when he was pedaling around. I stopped him and I said, Oscar, what made you decide to come out? Because your teammates are obviously back at the United Healthcare presented by Georgia, back in Georgia. And he goes, well, because I'm sitting top 3 overall in the USA Crits. That's kind of why I'm here. Cash Prix compliments of the great folks at New York Life and the Jim Click Automotive Team.
Holy mackerel, another $100 cash.
Look at these guys. You know what? It's been animated for a while, and then they kind of fan out for a while. When you see it like that, it's not very fast. $100 Prix on the next lap. $100 Prix, $100 Prix. $100 Prix, $100 Prix. $100 Prix, $100 Prix. And it looks like that's McCabe again on the front. Travis McCabe, Landis Trek, again on the front.
I was just going to mention Travis McCabe. He has been at the front of this race more times than not throughout the day. But Marcus Hayward of Jet Set Racing is the man under pressure who is coming off the back. And you have to admire the determination of Brian Cornelius from O2 Modern Fitness, who continues to slug it out there on the course, trying to stay in at least on the same lap as the leaders. And right now, he's actually doing a pretty decent job. We'll go back down to turn number 4, look for the flags to go up in the air and watch for the riders to come out of the turn. Now, we're on a preem lap right now, $100 cash preem, isn't that correct?
Yeah, this is for a $100 cash preem on this lap. So, want to thank the great folks at New York Life at the Old Pueblo Grand Prix, presented to you by Athlete Octane, the liquid endurance solution. AthleteOctane.com. So here comes Kenda. They're trying to scoop it up. It looks like Hal's on the left-hand side, coming up on the right-hand side. Who's it going to be? It's going to be $100. It looks like Hagen's Bourbon is going to pick it up again. So Hagen's Bourbon has been the elite amateur team. They are serious about it. That is Danny Healy for Hagen's Bourbon. And now we've got a little bit of hijinks going on right now because these guys are starting to drive it. And it looked like somebody from Optum Kelly Benefit Strategy is on the front taking the screws to everybody trying to drive this thing. A small breakaway, Tom, is starting to form.
Group of 5 riders going clear off the front there, and then there was just about a 2-second gap, and then 2 riders trying to chase up to that group, and then there was another gap back to the main field. So group of 5 gone clear, group of 2 chasing, little gap to the main field. It's starting to come apart at the front of the race. Want to thank our friends from Tucson Electric Power and Jim Click Automotive Team, where everything clicks. I think I may have seen Jim Click out there in the audience somewhere today. I'm not quite sure.
Well, if he's not here, he's here in spirit because he's a great sponsor of our race today. Bless you, my son. Want to thank the great folks here. Got my tea. Sweet. I am rolling. Thank you, Danny. Hey, thank you very much, Jaime Arrieta, for Peddler on the Path for my tea. Everybody's batting again. There is not much collusion. There's going to be a counterattack any second now. Swazanski's on the mark right now, racing for Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies. He's marking that move, it looked like. So this thing is split apart at the seams. The 2012 Athlete Octane right now, Tom, and it's coming unglued.
It is. James Stemper was on the front of the race for Kenda 5-Hour Energy. We talked about these guys earlier and how they have been so controlling of the race so far. Kenda 5-Hour Energy owns the prime real estate in this race. They have more riders in those top 10 positions than any other team in the race right now. That is an insight into what their overall strategy for the race is. They're going to try to put riders in every breakaway that goes away. They're going to try to dominate if it comes down to a field sprint. So far, our friends from Kenda 5-Hour Energy have done a great job of taking control of the front of the race here today at Old Pueblo Grand Prix, brought to us by Athlete Octane. Go back down to turn number 4. Our lead motorcycle is out of turn number 4. The flag is in the air. It's single file coming out of number 4. It is all back together now. We had a little gap on the last lap, but they have reeled them back in. This is when we expect to see the counterattack go. And things are kind of slowing down just a little bit at the front. I see a familiar face up there. There's
George
Jamie
Cyrus.
Carney.
Yeah, Jamie Carney and Cyrus were up there as well from Landis Track.
Yep. Now, Carney, we talked about him before. He is always going to be one of those guys who is going to defend his position at the front of the race. So Jamie Carney, he's going to try to not slip out of those top 10, 15 positions.
I think you're being awfully polite by saying Jamie will defend his turf. I think the other guys in the peloton would be a little bit more, shall we say, effervescent in their terminology. I thought Jamie is a consummate fighter, man. That guy will... He reminds me of, again, we go back to that pit bull mentality. That guy will fight for real estate like nobody's business.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go into a bell lap into the final corner with that dude because you know, he knows how to throw an elbow.
All right, so evidently we're going to do a $100 cash preem. Want to thank the great folks at Athlete Octane for this preem. A $100 preem on the next lap. We're waiting for our moto just zip by, so we're going to stick 2 out there. $100 preem on this next. And again, they're all together.
I know. Look at these guys. It's like they have the brakes on. They're totally punched out.
Yeah, and I think the backside of the course is doing its damage right now as that wind is switched around. Athlete Octane, $100 preem right now. Athlete, and it looks like Mountain Khaki Smart Stop is going to the front right now. So Mountain Khaki Smart Stop decided they're going to take matters into their own hands as they decided to take the initiative to make this move. So the guys from Mountain Khaki Smart Stop, they decided, you know what, bing, bang, boom, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling right now.
And that was Clay Murphy at number 49 for Team Mountain Khakis. He's one of the pro riders, and right now he is the point man in the Team Mountain Khakis strategy. They're going to try to line a few guys up on the front of here and bring home some of that pre-money, try to animate the race again as well.
You know where Clay's from?
Nope.
I love saying this, and for those of you who are around, I love saying this. Clay is from Tasmania.
Tasmania?
Yep, he's a Tasmanian devil.
Wow, that is cool. Now, for those of you who don't know, Tasmania is located in the south of Australia.
Yep. And you know, the funny thing is, they're not in that, and maybe I'm reading this wrong. Some of the Tasmanians are protective of the Tasmanian name, but some of them just call themselves
ICTV. This is wild. I mean, we're excited about it. I mean, to us, this is crazy stuff. We've got a live feed here in local Tucson, and we're doing it with almost no budget, but some people are helping us out. For instance, WID6, the nice guys at WID6. What's your name? What are you famous for?
Tanya. I am famous for, I don't know.
Tanya's famous for she doesn't know. Let's give away some WID6 swag. These guys are awesome. I'll tell you what, they're based out of the web, so you can get a hold of them at wid6.com. And right now, we're going to give away some swag. To the next question online. All right? And I'm going to say hi to Rick in Fargo, North Dakota. Rick, God bless. Thanks for giving us a shout out. That's what we need, folks. We're doing this for no budget. We're hoping to get the sponsors coming in. And our illustrious producer, Kevin Smith, is doing that every day. We're all about cycling, and we're also YouTube geeks. Are you a geek?
Yes, I'm a geek all the way.
That's right. We're not giving away the ICTV t-shirts. We're giving away the WID6 swag. So let's do this. The next individual who has a friend subscribe is going to get this mailed to him right out of our hometown in Phoenix, Arizona. Back to the action on the course over my right shoulder. Danny D, ICTV.
It's getting nasty with a capital Nah.
Yep, they are punched back in. Rider number 5 is the man on the front of the race. That is Lucas Binder. He rides for the Spy Swamis team.
Yep, Lucas Binder is on a bender right now on the front, just crushing it.
Oh. Man, if you're sitting like 8th place in this race right now, you're earning your money as a top professional.
Let's go back to that rule that we talked about for those of you who weren't here earlier with us. It's the 20-50-30 rule, or maybe the 20-60-20. What's the first 20 that I was talking about?
Well, the first 20% of the guys who are calling the shots. They're at the pointy end of the bayonet. They're making the race. The first 20% are the riders from whom we will see our top 5 riders in the race emerge. Those are the racers on the course. They're out there to win. That's the top 20% of the field.
Okay, and the 60?
Well, the 60%, they belong on the course, but they're not going to figure prominently into the results. Some of them are serving an apprenticeship. Some of them are kind of in there. They're sort of, I don't know, hanging on for dear life.
All right, so let's go back. We're going to talk about the other 20. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the mid-race preem. Mid-race preem. Mid-race preem. Mid-race preem. 10, 7, 5, 3, 2 points. Mid-race preem, Tom.
James Stemper from 5 Hour Energy just launching when he heard that bell go off.
Let's go back to it. 10, 7, 5, 3. Listen to these names. I'm going to go over them and go over them, go over them. Luca Damiani, Kenda 5 Hour Energy. Also, we've got Isaac Howe, Kenda 5 Hour Energy. Then anybody from Mountain Khaki Smart Stop, think about it. It could be, I don't know, it could be Clay Murphy, but my bet is on Ben Zawacki. He may just go for it as well. So this is where the fireworks, halfway in of a 75-minute race, Tom, this is where it starts coming unglued, in my prediction.
Now that's a 5 Hour Energy rider who came out of turn number 4 on the front of the race, and I think that may be James Stemper, who has gone clear. He will bag these points if that is in fact Stemper. It is rider number 62. Let's check back in on that, and it is James Stemper, Kenda 5 Hour Energy. He bags the lion's share of points in that mid-race screen.
Now, all right, in second place, it looks like it was Thomas Brown of Mountain Khaki Smart Stop, and then, of course, following him up is Brad. I'm not really sure who got third because they came by and I was kind of pinched off, but I did see as I was getting away, Thomas Brown from the guys from Mountain Khaki Smart Stop actually made that move to get second in the points. 10, 7, 5, 3, and dos puntos for all.
Chad, I hate to be a one-trick pony here, but I'm standing here holding my iPhone and I'm watching the race. It's crazy. And do I have to walk around and show this to everybody here? Is that what I have to do?
That's probably what you're going to have to do, Danny.
I mean, let's get there, folks. We need subscribership up. Everybody here.
Come here, Danny, real quick.
I mean, that coverage is killer.
So how weird would it be for us to point at the camera?
I've already done it. Relax.
Oh, then it's old news. Sorry, Josh.
It's old news. Old news. But I'm just saying here, come on, folks. InsideCycling.tv on your handheld. Get the girls, Josh. Josh is the cameraman.
Okay, so right now, Jim Stemper has a temper. Racing for Kenda 5 Hour Energy. Does Stemper stay away? He's rolling it right now. Rider 62 now has got it pinned. It's up to Mountain Khaki Smart Stop. It's up to Wonderful Pistachios. It's up to Trek Landis. It's up. Oh, then there goes Zazansky. Get out of the way. Holy smokes, Scott Zazansky saw me. He heard me call his name out, and he's like, Chad, you might just want to get out of the way because I'm going to pin it, Danny.
Do they call it?
13.61 seconds is the advantage.
Do they call that a...
Rider gone clear. Stemper gone clear with 13.61 seconds at turn number 1. And we'll zero out the stopwatch because it looks like he's going to make this one stick for at least a couple laps.
And now, I'm being told. All right.
Learned that we're going to have a $100 cash premium on the next lap.
Hey, Curtis, how many nicknames? Where'd you go? Curtis Gunn, of course, he's lived here in Tucson forever. How many nicknames did I come up with when you were racing professionally? Only like 4? That stinks. Give it up for Stemper, another premium on the next lap. Athlete Octane Prix 62 is the number, but right now he is rider number 1. Zlazansky's having to do the work. Now Jackowitz does some work. Now, Danny and Tom, we talked about it. It's a $100 premium on the next lap. When did we predict the fireworks were going to go? Right about what?
About this point in the race. This is about when the selection is taking place. The top riders have to be in the front 10 positions right now if they want to be a contender in this race. The strap hangers, the middle 80%, as you pointed out, those guys are hanging on for dear life. And there's a group of guys at the back of this race right now who are trying to figure out if they'll ever see the finish line here in downtown Tucson. On the last lap through here, Stemper had 9.6 seconds. He lost 3 seconds in 1 lap, so he is going backwards.
Let's talk Bike Racing 201 because you guys are cycling racing aficionados, and it looks like our VIP area is starting to crank up. Jim Stemper is doing something that is awfully painful. Right now, the only team that is not going to chase right now is Kenda 5 Hour Energy. Why? Because they have the rider up the road. They're going to let everybody else chase, and I start to see gaps starting to open. Gaps are starting to form in a peloton. Here's Stemper starting to roll it. Jim Stemper, Kenda 5, don't look, go. Don't look, go. He's got his head down. He's got it railed right now. Now we've got Mountain Khaki Smart Stop. Now we've got Optum Kelly Benefit Strategy. Now we got Neil Bezdek.
Folks, I'm being told that everybody here in the crowd has already signed up for ICTV, InsideCycling.tv. I don't really think so, but my illustrious producer tells me, get them to tell the folks at home. So pull out that mobile device. Yell at the top of your lungs. InsideCycling.tv. Look at us. We're on the back of a trailer that I brought from my house in Phoenix. We're trying to do turn-by-turn coverage for you. And what's going to get us dollars so we can do this for real? Subscribers. So get on with your friends. Well, I'm talking to the folks at home, and I'm talking to you. Subscribe and click live. And
Jim,
you're watching it.
Thank you, Danny. Jim, you're right at about 9 seconds. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. 9 seconds to Kenda 5-Hour Energies. Jim Stemper, and I tell you what, right now, look on the front. You're going to see nothing but the Kenda 5-Hour Energy team. They are trying to shut this thing down. They are trying to, look, second wheel. Kenda 5-Hour Energy. Luca Damiani. You can tell I like saying that name. You guys like Luca Damiani? Isn't that great? That's a great bicycle racing name. Luca Damiani.
It was Damiani sitting on the front there for 5-Hour Energy. And you know what? You were telling the riders that they had, I don't know, what'd you tell them, like an 8-second gap or something
somewhere.
like that? It was 14.6 seconds, so the blocking is working.
Yep.
He's up to 14.6 seconds off the front of the race.
So what happens is you have somebody like Luca Damiani racing for Kenda 5-Hour Energy, and he's got his teammate up the road. So what Luca will do is he'll go up to the front, he'll act like a police officer, trying to slow it down, keep it just fast enough so that nobody tries to go across, but not slow enough so that everybody doesn't yell at him, because in the professional peloton, you never want to block so that you're discouraging other riders. But pretty soon it's going to have to shake. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 seconds, 13 seconds, 13 seconds, 13 seconds. Now it's up to the other teams because Kenda 5-Hour Energy, now you're going to start swinging out on the taxis. Taxis starting to happen on the left-hand side. We have got a couple of riders trying to bridge across right now. That is Gabby Epstein, and he's being marked right there by Isaac Howe. And Howe.
You can only keep the pot on a boiling lid so long. And the pot is starting to boil off the lid on that main field. But I've got a question for you, Chad Andrews.
Ask me, ask me, ask me.
Well, you know James Stemper because you've seen him race in the USA Criterium Championship Series all over the United States.
Yep.
Is this a guy who has any hope of surviving to the end of this race by himself?
Absolutely, but you know what they're doing? And it's a very tactical, calculated move. They're sending Jim Stemper up the road, and they're saving Luca Damiani and Isaac Howe. So it's forcing the other teams to burn their weapons to try to bring back Stemper. It's a calculated risk. It's a smart one. So they send up Stemper. They save their sprinters. That forces the other teams to use their, so to speak, soldiers, worker bees, to try to bring back Stemper. When they do that, that ruins the chance of having a successful lead-out train for the other teams. We'll go over that here in just a little bit, Tom. 14, 14, 14.
So that is the 1-2 punch strategy for Kenda 5-Hour Energy. Punch number 1 is the man we see off the front right now, and he is forcing the other teams to consolidate a chase, and we can see them chasing right now. That was Steve Fisher of Hagen's Berman off the front. Punch number 2 for Kenda 5-Hour Energy is their field sprint finish, the Italian Luca Damiani.
Luca Damiani, you know who I saw starting to make their way up near the front? Kind of quiet, kind of unassuming, but he's hard to hide.
Who's that?
Ben Zawacki.
Really?
Mountain Khaki Smart Stop.
Now, bring me up to speed on him. Is he a sprinter? Is he a time trial
Hey,
specialist?
Danny D, ICTV here, downtown Tucson, Arizona. The weather's beautiful. They talked about rain. It's not happening. And we're here at the old Pueblo Grand Prix, a 75-minute pro male race. And these guys are gladiators. They're out here battling it out for you. But I need you to do me a favor. I need you to tell your friends. I know you're watching. I know you're subscribing. But we need to pump those numbers up. Tweet it out. Get it out to Facebook. And let's make this thing happen, folks. I can't imagine what I'd do if I was getting paid for this. By the way, I'm here with Gene Dixon. And Gene is the guy behind the guy. Gene is all about USA Crits. What's that about?
USA Crits is where we're trying to define who the best gladiator is.
Is that your short version? Have you been drinking?
No, I've been drinking coffee.
Me too, me too. The night is young.
This is a long ways from Del Rey.
Yes, yes. I'm sure a lot of the folks that are subscribers saw us last week in Delray. And it is a long way, but we're closer to home here. Where do you reside?
Athens, of course.
Athens, Georgia. Big race coming up.
Right. You, me, everybody.
Absolutely. We'll be there.
Right.
Will the folks at home?
Well, let's hope they will. Yeah.
What do you really want to say to everybody out there watching?
Yeah, Jim Stemper.
Put me on the spot. Well, let's see. Let me talk for a while. I think what we really want to talk about is how we really are defining these gladiators, who the best Criterium rider in America is. And over the next, 4 or 5 months, we're really going to see who that person emerges as being. So that's the plan.
I agree, Gene. Tell them where to subscribe.
ICTV.
That's right, InsideCycling.tv. Tell your friends, folks. Help us out. Thanks, Gene. He's all right.
Still about 14, 15. Now it's probably up to 16 seconds. Holy smokes, and it looks like Wonderful Pistachios. Now they're starting to put their cards into the table. They are starting to do a little bit of help as well.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, Stemper looks really strong. Unlike a lot of the riders that we've seen off the front so far today, Stemper is maintaining a pretty sprightly cadence. He's light on the pedals. He's turning the pedals over at about 110 RPMs. He doesn't look labored in the least. He looks very under control. His position on the bike is fantastic. His upper body is very quiet. He's very composed. He doesn't look in the least bit desperate. I'm going to suggest that your prediction was absolutely right. James Stemper is very much a danger man for the overall win in this race.
And the biggest problem with that is that Mountain Khaki Smart Stop is having to use one of their domestiques, one of their sprinters that bleeds out one of their sprinters. So you have, let's say, a lead-out train, which is, well, we're going to be going over that in a little bit. But Thomas Brown right now is spending energy for his team because he is having to use all of his energy to try to bring back Jim Stemper. Now, that is spending energy that right now Mountain Khaki Smart Stop will have to use at the end of the race to try to lead out one of their riders.
Exactly. So this is a fantastic strategy for 5-hour energy. They have a plan A and a plan B that is very viable. But right now it looks like their plan A is working as we go through 20 seconds on the clock. And the main field just now coming out of turn number 4. 24 seconds is the gap right now.
24 seconds to 1. 20, and I tell you what, Mountain Khaki Smart Stop and the other pro teams are kicking themselves right now because they're going to have to get coordination. Where are the rest of the teams? We're going to have to get some organization from everybody. Uh-oh, guess what? Now Adam Meyerson has now gone to the front, and Neil Bezdek. They are having to go to the front to bring back Stemper. Let's watch the clock. You said 24. Let's see how much work Adam Meyerson, Neil Bezdek, and Thomas Brown can do. They're sending 3 of their lieutenants up to bring back Jim Stemper. And I'm surprised. Here's something that's very surprising. I'm surprised some of the team leaders from Mountain Khakis haven't gone back into the back of the peloton and said,
Danny D, ICTV, downtown Tucson, Arizona, here at this Criterium race. This is the men's pro race over my right shoulder. And I'll tell you what we're doing here at ICTV, you get it. You understand it. You understand our skeleton crew and what we're getting to you, the best turn-by-turn coverage that we can. And I'll tell you what, it takes partnerships when you're a ground roots organization. One of those partnerships, WID 6. The Wicked Boys at WID 6. Do you have a website? Optimize it. Get first on Google. Do you have an athlete that you want promoted? Talk to the boys at wit6.com. And I'll tell you what, we're about close to 500 subscribers, and our 500th subscriber will be getting a WID 6 hat, a beanie, and a t-shirt. Hey, it ain't much, but it's postage. Danny D, ICTV, downtown Tucson.
25 seconds and 25 minutes left. 25 seconds and 25 minutes left. Hopefully I conveyed the message. Did that hopefully get that across to the guys?
I think they got it. Tom Brown for Team Mountain Khakis was sitting second wheel right there. So Mountain Khakis, once again, trying to bring back those riders from 5-hour energy.
And by the way, Morgan Patton, we know that you're watching us in Georgia. Yes, we have a live stream on InsideCycling.tv. Yes, you're able to watch your boyfriend Thomas Brown race his bicycle. Thanks to the guys at InsideCycling.tv, the Athlete Octane Grand Prix, and of course, USA Crits.
Okay, we're going to have a report card for the 3 men at the front of the field for Team Mountain Khakis here in just a moment. We had an advantage of over 20 seconds 2 laps ago for our lead rider here. Let's see if Team Mountain Khakis has been able to bring that advantage down at all, and it would appear as though they have failed. 24.9 seconds is the gap right now. Team Mountain Khakis has not been able to eat into the lead of Kenda 5-hour energy rider James Stemper. So we put 3 men on the front from Team Mountain Khakis. They did nothing. They didn't take a single second out of this guy who is on the front.
Yeah,
What is going on?
Now Wonderful Pistachios has decided that they're going to add into the chase. So now we're starting to get the heads of state all working together. Now you've got the Democrats, the Republicans, the whips, everybody's starting to work together to try to bring back Stemper, except for Kenda 5-hour energy. You guys are right.
Now, you mentioned Adam Meyerson, and he is one of the point men on Team Mountain Khakis. Meyerson was sitting third wheel in that 3-man train at the front of the main field trying to bring back James Stemper. It wasn't working. We're going to zero out the stopwatch once again. On the last lap, Stemper had 24.9 seconds. We're going to watch for the lead motorcycle. It's already out of turn number 4. Remember, a lap on this course takes about 1 minute and 10 seconds for our top riders. So we're looking for Stemper out of turn number 4. We hit the start button when we see him. And it should be, well, here he comes. So on the line, the clock is running.
What is it about right now as they made the turn? It's got to be getting close to 30 seconds, maybe. And about 22 minutes left of racing to go. Right now, Jim Stemper now is at Kenda 5-hour energy, is up the road with Jim Stemper, but now Mountain Khaki Smart Stop. They're getting a little bit of help from Optum, Kelly Benefit Strategies, and Wonderful Pistachios.
Now, if you do the math, on the last lap, they brought back 4 seconds. That means if they continue this progress, they will catch Stemper in 5 laps.
The question is, do all the teams become fully committed to bring it back? Right now, it would appear, Tom, and the rest of you folks that are watching us live, and for those of you who are watching us on InsideCycling.tv, it appears we do have some collusion going on. We do have some agreement between the teams. Okay, I'll send up 2 riders and save my sprinter if you'll send up 2 riders and save your sprinter. So now we're starting to get some agreement between the teams that we all need to work together or else he's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not about to hand the race to the 5-hour energy guys. It's not going to be that simple. They've got about enough room left in the race on the clock to be able to bring this guy back.
Right now, Jim Stemper is making a face only his mother can love, and I guarantee if she's watching us live on InsideCycling.tv, she will love it. Look at these guys now at single file. Now we're starting to get some energy from our peloton. They are not happy right now. Stemper's got himself about 20 seconds plus, and right now we've got Mountain Khakis, Optum, Wonderful Pistachios.
Oh.
Now, Tom, we've got some serious agreement.
It's down to 17.6 seconds. He's coming back. 17.6 seconds on the last lap.
Tell you what, a wounded animal becomes even more wounded when he hears that we are starting to talk about time gaps are going down instead of up. Nothing messes with the psyche of a professional cyclist when you hear, this is the best thing in the world. When Chad and Tom say, hey, Jim, you're at 23 seconds. Hey, Jim, you're at 26 seconds. Hey, Jim, you're at 30 seconds. That's good stuff. It keeps me motivated. But when we say, Jim, it's 20 seconds, and then 17, then to 16, what Jim will start doing is he'll start doing this. And only bad things come from behind you in professional bike racing. Just saying.
That's a good one. I'm borrowing that.
You can borrow it. It is not trademarked or registered. But right now, trademarked and registered is Kenda 5-hour Energy's Jim Stemper. 20-plus seconds, buddy. Does he hold on?
Okay, we're going to talk tech.
And this right here is the bee's nest that have been hit by a stick right now. That stick is Mountain Khaki Smart Stop. That bigger stick is also the guys from Wonderful Pistachios. The other stick is also the Optum, Kelly Benefit Strategies team.
You know, the numbers don't lie. 1 lap ago, the gap up to James Stemper was
Danny D, ICTV. And we're here live in our broadcast truck. I'm excited. Tanya, are you excited? This is Tanya. She's our Twitter gal. She's our social butterfly. She's working for free, and she's here talking to you right now live. So ask questions of Tanya. Ask her about Hermosillo, Mexico, where she's from. Let's talk to the big man, Kevin Smith. He's the guy behind the guy. Kevin, how's it going today?
I'm doing good. Got to make sure I'm on camera.
Yeah, well, get over here, man. You don't have to switch the cameras. We're talking to YouTubers. We're talking to cyclists. We're talking to both. So maybe people are just tuning in and they're thinking, well, who cares about the bike race? Because that's kind of me. But then there's you. You've got a background in the sport, yeah?
Yeah, I've been racing about umpteen years. I raced 3 years in France. Wanted to race the Tour de France, but.
And what happened now? What happened now?
Senor Panza took over, man. So.
Okay, I see. No, we're looking at his belly. So what we have here is we've got an entire setup that we put together in a matter of a few hours. We have one internet line. Let me show it to you. This is our internet. This is where we're getting the feed that you're getting. And that feed is coming from a building over my left shoulder about a quarter block away. And this is what we're doing. I know we should have a truck. We should have a feed that's different than this. But for now, it's this. And we love it. We love every bit of it. We're going to be breaking all this down. We're going to be taking all of this equipment back to Phoenix at the end of the day and giving it back to the rental company. And is that Broadcast? Broadcast Rentals. We love them as well. I don't know. I don't think Kevin can afford this, so I'm pretty sure that he made a pretty good deal. Me, I'm just able to get lattes. I don't want to get back to the race, but we're turn by turn. We've got the long shot. We've got the handheld. Josh, you are the man. Ask us questions. Give us your feedback. All positive, I know. We appreciate you guys. This is a groundswell. We want to bring you cycling. We want to do it with ICTV. Josh is going to trip and fall and break his crown. Back to you, Chad.
Wonderful pistachios. Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies on the front. That is back at it. Clay Murfitt. Clay Murfitt right now is his turn to take a turn. Colin Simon. Wonderful pistachios is in second wheel.
Now, one of the things we have to think about as we come down toward the pointy end of the race is how much time is left in the race. And I know that our officials up on the announcing stand have the clock running. We've got the video cameras going for when we get down to the race finish. But I want to consult with our race officials about how much time we've got left on the official clock. So if I can bend the ear of our officials as we see our leaders headed out of turn number 4, what is the official word on how much time is left in the race? Okay, we're going about 15 minutes remaining in this race. Let's make some noise for this guy. He's been out there nearly all day for himself. Give him a big Tucson, Arizona. Oh, did you see the mask of pain on that guy's face? He was just suffering. When he looked up there, it wasn't pretty. It was a face only a mother could love. Chase group coming through there. Main field starting to get a little bit perforated. Victor Riquelme of Wonderful Pistachios hanging out at the back a little bit. And one of the things that Victor Riquelme is doing by hanging out at the back right now is he's kind of playing a card game. Riquelme is a field sprinter, and this is what he's doing. He's waiting to see if they bring back the breakaway. If they bring back the breakaway, Victor Riquelme will go from the back 1/4 of the pack up to the front of the pack just as quickly as he can. It may only take him about 2 laps. It's a tricky, risky strategy, but that's what field sprinters are all about, taking big risks.
Yeah, and if you guys have watched the Tour de France or any of the major stage races, the sprinters teams usually get it right. What they do is they calculate 1 minute for every kilometer. 1 minute for every 10 kilometers. So what these guys are backing out of that number, and they're trying to figure out how many laps would it take if we took 5-10 seconds out of Jim Stemper. But right now, Jim is, oh man, it looks like it's about 15 seconds right now. Stemper right now, Kenda 5-hour energy. And look at the fierce pace. It has been single file, ladies and gentlemen, for the past 7 laps, and it looks like we've got the guys from Kenda 5-hour energy is acting like police officers, not letting anybody go near the front right now.
15.4 seconds is the gap to our lead rider, who is James Stemper of Kenda 5-hour energy.
And Tom, our officials are calculating the lap times, and we're going to be going to laps pretty soon here so that everyone will know exactly how much time is left in our race today.
Now with about a 15-second advantage, Stemper is about 20% around the course from the lead riders. In other words, he is about 1/5 of a lap ahead of the lead riders right now. that's really not enough for a commanding victory. In other words, at any time, if there's a big acceleration from the field in these next few laps, they could really cut into that advantage and maybe even reel him back in the space of 2 or 3 laps.
Yep, we're at 5 seconds. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 seconds. 15 seconds! 15 seconds right now to Jim Stemper. Jim is not in a mood to give up this thing. He's worked far too hard, far too angry, and look, now the attacks are starting to come. It's getting nasty and angry right now. You've got, is that Scott Swazinski on the attack? Right now, Z-Man is on the attack. Guess what, Tom? Guess what, Tucson? That gap is going to come down because Scott Swazinski, Optim, Kelly Benefit Strategies, has been known to take down Pro Tour riders in time trials. That guy, when it's a race against the clock, that guy can go. Watch this gap. It was 15 seconds last lap. I bet it's 6 right now.
We're going to check it. I think the lid is boiled off the pop. We are going to laps, I'm told by our USA cycling officials.
Scott Swazinski has lit the candle for Optim.
9 laps remaining.
9 to go. 9 laps left to go. Thank you, Athlete Octane, all of our sponsors that have made this an absolutely Spartan day. Let's get a time check right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 seconds. We almost nailed it.
This is it.
7 seconds. The field is starting to split. 7 seconds. 9 to go. 7 seconds. 9 to go. 7. Oh, see, I told you he would look. 7 seconds, 9 to go. Swazinski's not going to get any help from that rider behind him. That is Luca Damiani. Luca Damiani. Now it's up to Scott Swazinski to bring this back. Luca Damiani for Kenda 5-Hour Energy has said, you know what? Here's what Luca's doing. As soon as Scott Swazinski hit it, Tom, the rest of you guys here, Z just killed it. Guess what? Luca Damiani goes, aha. You're taking off. Guess what? I'm going to jump on your rear wheel. So Luca is following him like a hawk. Let me say that again. Swazinski looked back and saw that it was Luca, and he's like, oh, crap. So now I got to keep pulling because you know what? When Scott pulls off, there goes Luca slowing down again to try to accelerate that gap. Smart.
I'll tell you, Swazinski's a sniper. That was incredible. 2 laps, he had the advantage to our lead rider. That was an amazing performance.
That's what we predicted. We said that we thought it would be down to 7, 6 seconds, and that's about right where it was. He halved it, right in half. Let's just see if is there still sting in the tail for Jim Stemper with 8 laps left to go. Here comes the peloton. Here comes Stemper. We have got 8 laps left to go. Look at the serpentine nature of our peloton as they come down. 8 to go. 8 to go. 8 to go. 8 to... Oh, wait. There's going to be an attack here. Nope. Looks like Optim's... Seriously, Scott's on it again. Still on it. Nope, that was a counter right now. Optim, Kelly Benefit Strategies. That was rider number 51. That's Cody O'Reilly. Haven't talked much about him, but Cody is now going.
Hey, Chad, I'm down here with Susan and Kurt, the folks that put this all together. What is the maniac mind that makes this kind of thing happen?
I'm going to let Kurt answer that question.
Kurt, what's the matter with you?
We're probably too tired to answer, but we really just want to make this a great event for Tucson. That's just automatic that every year people come out to watch it. It's just on the calendar year after year.
Absolutely. How much money did you lose personally?
We won't know for another few days.
All right. Well, your accountant is definitely watching live. Get over here, Susan.
Okay.
Wave to your fans out there in ICTV land. God bless. Back to you, Chad.
Thank you.
And he has nothing to say. I'll keep talking. Folks, let's hear it on the rails. I mean, these guys are gladiators. 75 minutes. When's the last time you did anything for 75 minutes straight?
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gracious. Cody O'Reilly. 7.09 seconds, and Cody O'Reilly is now bringing it back. Watch for some counter moves. We predicted that it would be timed just right. They don't want to catch him with 10 to go. They don't want to catch him with 9 to go. They don't want to catch him with 8 to go. They don't want to catch him with 7 or 6. More than likely, he's going to be caught inside of 5. Why? because then the teams can do their lead-out trains. And me and Tom and Danny will go over that in just a few minutes. But right now, there's no need to because Jim Stemper is still up the road.
All right. And that was going to be my next question for you is what do you think is going to happen? We need to come up with a contingency plan here for how the race is going to play out if Chad Andrews goes back into the main field. As you said, we'll discuss that in a minute.
If I was Director Sportif and Jim Stemper was out there, I would still send a couple riders up to the front but save my sprinters.
Oh,
because my perception is it's at 7 seconds right now. It's coming back unless Kenda 5-hour can stranglehold it, but I don't think it's going to happen. But Stemper is defying me. Stemper is not going to agree with me. Jim Stemper, ladies and gentlemen of Kenda 5-hour energy, he has got 6 to go. 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 6 laps left to go. Cody O'Reilly up. Wait a minute. Kenda 5-hour energy. 6:37 is the gap, and Kenda 5-hour energy is trying to set up a lead-up train as well.
Wow, that is incredible. The strategy of the 5-hour energy boys is they just mob to the front there. 1, 2, 3, right through turn number 1 up there in a perfect single file line as they dive into that turn, defending the front of the race for their teammate up the road.
Can I make an observation that I think may come to fruition, if you don't mind?
Absolutely.
Here's my thoughts. Kenda 5-hour energy has amassed all their riders at the front. Yeah, it's to slow it down, whatever. But they've got a rider up the road, and they've got 5 riders up at the front. My perception is that if Jim Stemper, he's going to be up the road, regardless, whether he gets caught or not. What Kenda 5-hour energy do is going to start their lead-out train. If they catch their teammate, then they've won the race. Fine. If they don't catch him, then that's a calculated risk, and they've won the race anyway. So what they're going to do is they're going to start setting up their lead-out train. All the Kenda 5-hour energy guys are going to come to the front, and they're going to either A, chase down their teammate, or B, which is more important, let them stand away with 5 laps left to go, and we've got no more free laps.
With 5 laps left to go on this course, when we talk about a lead-out train like we see in a flat stage of the Tour de France, this is about the distance from the finish line that the top men would start that lead-out train, and that's what we're seeing from the 5-hour energy boys right now. But a big counterattack going up the left side of the road there, so that strategy may have been foiled on this last lap, but we'll see if they can get it together once again on the backside of the course.
Yep, so Cody O'Reilly, he's done. Boom, blew up, done. Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies. Remember, for those of you who are watching us on InsideCycling.tv, for those of you who are watching us live here, welcome to Tucson, to the home of the 2012 Athlete Octane Pueblo Grand Prix. Now, here is what's happening. Jim Stemper's up the road. Cody O'Reilly, done. Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies. Jim Stemper will go up the road. Now watch the fracas on the front. You're going to have the red of Kenda 5-hour energy, the green of Wonderful Pistachios, the green and yellow of the great team from Mountain Cactus Smart Stop. But you've got Jim Stemper right now. He's at 14 seconds, but the chase is back on, ladies and gentlemen. We have got 4 to go. 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 4 laps left to go. 4 to go, 4 to go, 4 to go. And I tell you what, right now,
there's no chase. It was turned off at the front of the race there. There's been a big split in the race as well. I wonder what happened. You know, I was going to mention a moment ago, one of the reasons for Stemper to stay off the front is if there, and I hate to say this because I don't want to jinx the race, but if there's a mishap at the front of the race and they've got Stemper up the road, it's an insurance policy.
Insurance policy it is right now. Jim Stemper, Kenda 5-hour energy has been out there for about 30 minutes plus. Kenda 5-hour energy has played it good. Now the question is, you've got theory, then you've got application. In theory, they've got this nailed, but how do they apply it with 3, then 2, then 1 lap left to go?
Now you know what, we got to do a quick crowd poll. How many people think Stemper is going to stay away? Okay, shut it off. How many people think he's going to get caught? Man, I don't know. What's your call? What do you think?
How many people are just having a damn good time and having lots of bike racing? Jim Stemper! You have 3 laps left to go. 3 to go, guys. 3 laps left to go. 3 to go, 3 to go. 1 up the road. 3 to go. 3 to go, 1 up the road. 3 to go, 1 up the road.
Adam Meyerson from Team Mountain Khakis back on the front of the main field. Meyerson digging deep for Mountain Khakis. Remember, we were talking about these guys a few laps ago.
Turn one. There's a crash in turn one.
Bringing back James Stemper to the main field rests largely on the shoulders of the Team Mountain Khakis team. They're shouldering that burden right now by going to the front of the race.
We've got a crash. We've got a crash on the field. ICTV has a crash on the field. We've got a crash. Turn one. There's a crash in turn one.
So evidently, Danny, go back to you. We have a crash.
Crash in turn one. If you're on ICTV, you're watching it on your handheld device. A crash in turn one.
Okay, so Danny is now reporting
Looks like
there's a crash in turn number one.
It's bad.
We've got a pretty bad crash in turn one.
Okay, so right now there's no more free laps, so unfortunately those guys are not going to get back in. There will be a split in this field somewhere, and that's you will know where the crash is. So right now, Stemper has got 2 to go. 2 laps to go. 2 to go. 2 laps to go. 2 to go, 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 2 to go. There is splits happening. 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go.
Tom Brown, Team Mountain Khaki, he is at the pointy end of the field trying to bring back Stemper. Now, I talked about the possibility of a mishap in the closing laps, and I think at about the same time we were talking about it up here, it was actually happening on the backside of the course, and we caught it on our InsideCycling.tv cameras.
All right, folks, this is the story.
This is how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. The last few laps, this is going to explode. Get on the rails. It looks like there was some bumping of elbows, and we had about 6 riders tumble. Imagine going 40 miles an hour on your drive home today and jumping out of the car.
Let's bring it down home. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have 1 lap left to go. Jim Stemper has been defiant. He's been angry. He's been mean. All Kenda 5-hour energy has now poured everything into it, ladies and gentlemen. There's your pace moto. Does he get caught with 1 lap to go, or does he bring it home for the Kenda 5-hour energy? Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming down to 1 final lap. Let me hear you, Tucson! 1 to go, 1 to go! 1 to go, 1 to go! 1 lap to go!
They're catching him.
Lap 2, go! And guess what, Tom? We predicted it. Kenda 5-hour energy would gobble up their teammate and set up a lead-out train for Isaac Howe.
That was a good call. We're going to go to the top of the course on the backside there, and we're going to look for Stemper to go back into the main field. His day will be over. 5-hour energy is getting organized on the front of the race, and there they go. 3 men from 5-hour energy on the front, trying to lead this race out. Chad, I'm going to turn it over to you for this final straight sprint out of turn number 4.
Thank you very much, Tom. The moment you guys have waited for. Year number 2 of the 2011, now 2012 Athlete Octane on Pueblo Grand Prix. They are all together. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2012 champion is gonna be Isaac Howe. Isaac Howe. Kenda 5-hour energy.
An incredible result. Isaac Howe from Kenda 5-hour energy. We didn't mention his name once during the entire race. He was held in reserve by his 5-hour energy team. They sent him in up the road. That was a textbook technical criterium. Absolutely perfect.
Hey, Tucson, what did you guys think about today? Stemper's pumped. That, my friends, is what you call a clinic in bike racing. So when we talked about it, I was like, you know what? I have a sneaky suspicion that Kenda 5-hour energy will eat their young, and that's exactly what they did. Send a rider up the road, set the lead-out train out for Howe, and then get the W. He won. So, you know, it was worth it, right? It was worth it. There we go. Jim Stemper, extremely happy about it. Team got the win, set it up just perfectly. We're going to do a post-race interview with Isaac Howe.
You know, that was interesting. James Stemper rolled back to the start-finish line for our audience who may not have understood what just happened. But James Stemper went to the end of the street. He did a U-turn and came back and he wanted to confirm with our announcer that one of his teammates had won the race. And the most remarkable thing about that was when you consider that James Stemper was off the front by himself for all those laps, lap after lap, when he came back to the start-finish line, the guy looked fresh as a daisy. It was incredible.
And Tom, now that you bring up that point, we were talking about eating your young. That's exactly what they did. You see how happy Jim Stemper was after the race? And you guys saw it too. It was a team victory. For those of you who are watching us on InsideCycling.tv, thanks a lot for following along. Watch the celebration if you're watching us on InsideCycling.tv. The whole team.
I'll tell you what, Chad. Stop talking. Let's hear it for Chad.
No.
Oh, yeah, nobody cares.
No, I'm here to do a job, and
Talking
I had fun.
all
Danny,
day
Tom.
long. Ladies and gentlemen, this entire feed is now available on InsideCycling.tv.
And I told you they'd come in mass together.
Here's the team.
Let's make some noise for these guys, Tucson. Give them a big Tucson, Arizona welcome. These are our winners, 5-Hour Energy team, bringing it home at the Athlete Octane 2012 Old Pueblo Grand Prix. Way to go, guys.
Hey, Tom, it sounds like you timed this perfectly. Your voice is now gone.
Yeah, it's cooked.
I keep mine in reserve for the big moment, for the parade down the way. Imagine, folks, 75 minutes of high-octane energy. Just go home and get on that stationary bike. Bring your couch over. Prop it up and pump it out. I'm not doing it.
That was an amazing display. It looks like it was textbook. It was almost clinical in nature, the way the guys performed their jobs, their duties for the Kenda 5-Hour Energy. You know, and I'm sure, you know, Chad and the rest, Chad Thompson, the rest of the guys that are watching around the country, they're super jacked up about the win today because, you know what, that's a calculated move sending Stemper up the road, but then actually to devour him on the last lap, it was a calculated risk and it paid off big time. Great stuff for the guys from Kenda 5-Hour Energy.
What's missing here? I mean, you love this stuff. What's missing? Somebody to talk to.
Isaac, that's what we're missing.
There he is. There he is.
Hey, Kenda 5-Hour Energy professional cycling team.
Where's Kenda? 5-Hour Energy, come on.
So right now, Isaac is calling his team out saying, where are you guys?
So, Isaac, walk us through it. I mean, turn by turn. Give me the whole race.
That's a big thing to ask.
Is that a tall order?
Yeah, we knew this was going to happen. He calling out his teammates. All right, hugs all around. Congratulations. A little slap on the face. All right, Isaac, come on over here. Enough of the hugs. Let's zip you up first. Get some love to Kenda.
I've been racing the USA Crit Series for 4 years, and I won the series in 2010 without ever winning a race. Came close, and it's unbelievable to finally win one.
Well, vindication, because I know that you had some injuries. I know that you had some situations where you had to battle through mentally and physically through the past couple of seasons. What's it mean to you and to Kenda 5-Hour Energy to come here to, because I know there's actually a Twitter battle between you guys and Mountain Khakis, a loving one, but a fun one, and you guys were talking smack to get that win.
Well, it's two things, Chad. First, there's the personal battle that's been going on for the last year, the knee injury and everything, so, I mean, it just feels so good to come back and actually win the first race out here. But as a team, you're right, this has been huge for us. We've been trying big to make our crit squad just dominant, and tonight, I mean, I'm pretty sure we showed everyone in the peloton that Kenda 5-Hour is out this season to dominate the crit series, and as Phil Gaiman and the rest of the team is out in California winning it, I mean, we're going for blood this year. We want to win big.
So needless to say, you're pretty jacked up and excited about this year.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's nervous. I mean, I was talking with my girlfriend this morning and just upset because it's like you train so hard all winter, and you just don't know where you stand. All you have is your power files and your conversations with your coach at late night, and then to come out here and battle everyone else and to come out on top, I mean, it feels so good. I want to thank Kenda, 5-Hour Energy, Bach Breaker Energy Bars for fueling us out here, Carbo Rocket, and especially that one, I gotta say, the 5-Hour Energy. That's what took me over the line first tonight.
And one more quick question. Jim was up the road. Okay, he's gone. He's got 25 to 30 seconds on you. And we were, Tom and I and Danny and the rest of the crowd here were talking about it may have to come down to where you guys have to bring him back on the last lap. What was the mentality going into those last few laps of whether to let him dangle or, you know what, we've just got to execute right now?
It was just we were feathering it just enough. We wanted to give Jim the opportunity to take the win. I mean, he was out there from the halfway preem. I mean, you got to give a round of applause to that guy. I mean, it was an impressive performance what he did out there, and he deserved for that win. But you know, when it came down to it, we had to win the race, and Mountain Khakis wanted the battle, and they were chomping at the bit with Optum to take Jim back. And then when it came down to the last few laps, we had to go for it because it was either that or risk losing the race. And so, as you saw, we roped in Jim on the second corner, and he gave us a little bit of gas of what he had left, and then Luca took me out of that last corner, and bam, that was it.
You're hacking a little bit here. You've got a bit of a cough that we're all noticing. Are you sick today? Are you ill? Are you under the weather? What's up?
I guess going hard as you can for 75 minutes will give anyone a cough.
And he takes the old Pueblo. What's next? Coughing.
I guess we've got Cigar City, the first NCC race. I'm excited for the NCC series this year. The NRC has been a long-term goal for me in the years to come, but to see them split in the immediate future, it's a competition that I feel like I can, this team especially, can really rival any team for the top step at the end of the series. And in its first year of the NCC, it's crucial to win that. So we're going to Cigar City.
That's in Tampa. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, your 2012 Athlete Octane champion. Wait, one more thing. Sorry. Are you going to make it through this interview?
Yeah. I just want to say thank you to Chad, Frankie, my family, my teammates, everyone for watching and supporting us. We love this Inside Cycling TV. It's great for our fans back home, our families to be able to watch us on this. I mean, it means so much more knowing that my parents and my girlfriend and my brothers and my sister get to watch this. It's spectacular.
So can I close it now? Are we all good?
Yeah, we're all good.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, before you go, your 2012 Athlete Octane All Pueblo Criterium champion, racing for Kenda Pro Cycling, 5-hour energy, Isaac Howe. Isaac, congratulations.
Folks, it's not over. It's on the web, InsideCycling.tv. Get there. Get your neighbors, your relatives, because this entire race is now available for you to watch when you go home tonight or tomorrow or the next day. And we're moving on with the USA Crit Series. My first class ticket is being prepared as I speak.
What is the next stop on the Criterium Series?
I think it's North Carolina.
Man, fantastic.
I think.
Maybe a little wetter weather, maybe a little fog. We don't have that in Tucson. Tucson, we got sun, 365.
You're local, Tom, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm from Phoenix, same kind of thing. So, yeah, I do look for weather. Are we talking about the weather? Are we out of things to talk about already?
Now, when we move to the next stage in the race, is this guy going to be pegged as the favorite or what?
I think that's the way it works, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
I'm the color commentary guy. I don't know anything about it, but I'm starting to learn, so they're going to have to kick me out soon.
So when we log onto the website, the guy's voice we're going to be hearing is going to be yours, is that
No, correct? Not predominantly, no. It's going to be you and Chad and me peppered in, but I do some of the commentary and get some interviews that you are not privy to now. So there's another reason to go to InsideCycling.tv. It's not too late. Do it now. See all the Crit Series. See it, and we're trying to get to the tour this year, so help us out. It's all about subscribers.
Now, speaking of the rest of the series, walk us through the dates and the locations for the races that are left on the calendar for this year.
That would be great. I wish I could. All of those calendars are available on InsideCycling.tv. Thanks, Tom.
Don't punch me in the nose. Sorry about that, dude.
I would never. Hey, quickly, Chad, I've got Jim Stemper here, and he's an immediate online favorite. Jim, they call you Stemper. Why is everybody on ICTV so excited about you? What was that performance? Don't look back. Everybody's saying, don't look back. Tell me about it.
I guess they're right. Whenever I look back, it was bad news. But I don't know. I would say everyone likes that. It's fun to watch someone try and to do something almost dumb. But that kept my team from having to do very much, and they could rest, and then we won the race, which is the point. And so if it wasn't going to be me, it was going to be one of us. And so that's the plan.
Jim Stemper with the piercing blue eyes and the incredible performance to just never give up. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I love bike racing, and that's why we're here, because we like to bike race, and that is bike racing to me. You know, like let's try and win and try as hard as you can at the same time.
All right, Stemper, I'm leading up your online fan club. Back to you, Chad.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your top three. Mountain Khaki Smart Stops, Luke Keogh, Rasan Bahati of Bahati Foundation, and Kenda 5-Hour Energy. Your champion today, Isaac Howe. Thank you, gents. Now we're going to go over our... Hey, Luke, why don't you don't go very far, because you're currently our laps led leader.
Rasan on the podium again. What's with you? What is going on here?
Just bike racing. You know, I got lucky tonight, stayed out of trouble, and just used my brain for the most part. Having no help out there, I couldn't really flex my legs. I knew I had to save it to the end and take my luck. So, you know, made the podium. I knew I was the fastest guy out there. I just needed a little bit more luck on my side to be towards the front. But, you know, kind of happy to be on the podium.
Any bumping and grinding out there? Bring us in on the rough stuff tonight.
Yeah, you know, when it's you start in the daylight and you start going into the dark, the dynamics change, you know, once the sunlight start going away and you're in the middle of the moment. At least for me, I forgot to take my shades off. You know, I was just focused on being where I needed to be for the finish, and I couldn't see a little bit. So, you know, the dynamics change, and then more bumping starts to happen. And I heard a crash, you know, with like 2 or 3 to go, and thank God I was in front of that. But, you know, you come out, we had a good crowd here in Tucson, great sponsored athlete Octane, good team showed up. I made it safely. I made a podium. So, I mean, really just icing on the cake would have been the win.
You're hard to miss, Rasan. What's with the hair? Are we going to cut it this season or no?
Maybe. I got to win some more prize money. It's cheaper to just let it grow, so without going to the barbershop. So I just let it grow.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Did you ever take the shades off?
No, I didn't. I should have.
I mean, riding a motorcycle with shades on is dangerous. Here you are, downtown Tucson. Nice work today, Rasan. Thanks for talking to us.
All right, thank you, Danny. We're top three. Colin Jaskowitz, Champion System, stands, no tubes. In second place, Oscar Clark, United Healthcare of Georgia. And your current overall leader, Mountain Khaki Smart Stops, Luke Keogh. Again, we want to thank all the folks that are watching us on
ICTV, InsideCycling.tv. I haven't lost my voice yet, though, Chad, so this is out of character.
And neither have I. So, for Danny,
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. Well, you may lose it later on, but enough of that. Stop number 2 of the USA Crits. It's been a blast here in Tucson for the Athlete Octane Criterium. Is there anything else you want to fold us up with?
You know what? I will. Basically, I just want to say thanks to everybody here in Tucson and for the subscribers. You know, Chad, we really, what we need are subscribers, and then that's going to lead to dollars. And then we can get a little bit better production out there. We know the cyclists are behind us, the YouTubers are behind us, and we're all just a bunch of geeks with cameras, really. And you know, I'll let you sign off here locally. I'm going to talk to my internet folks for a minute, but God bless. It's good to see you, and we'll see you at the next USA Crit Series.
And that's going to be in NASCAR country. That's going to be in my hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina, April the 14th, I think. Stop number 3 of the USA Crits. Stop in, check us out, InsideCycling.tv. Follow us on @USA Crits on the Twitter dial. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. For Danny D, I'm Chad Andrews. Have a wonderful evening, guys.
Yeah, you know, the smoke clears here, folks, and what ends up happening is people are going home and they're wondering, what now? The race is over. Well, what now is finding us. What was the name of that? That's right, it's ICTV, InsideCycling.tv. We're putting things together for you through one tiny internet cable, and some of the folks that are helping us out, WID6, the wicked guys at WID6. And I'll tell you what, right now online, the next subscriber is going to get a t-shirt and a hat. It's not just about that. Hey, cat in a hat. I love it. Danny D, ICTV. We're signing off. All the cameras are being pulled from the corners, and this is it. I'm out of here. It's St. Patrick's Day. Thanks so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Tell your friends about us, because what we need is a groundswell. That's the truth. Shelly, I'm coming home.